Hey, what's good?
What's up?
Still, man.
Yeah. Let's get
Good,
it.
dog. What's going on, my man?
Not much, bro. Just chilling. Just another day, you feel me?
Shit, hell yeah, bro. So I feel the same, bro. I'm hella tired, bro. We're about to get this interview in, man, with my boys Powrs, dog. Let's
Yes,
do it.
sir. What you got going on today?
Man, bro, just chilling, bro. Locked in on some music earlier today, man. Tried to record a couple songs, bro, but you know how that goes, man. Just
Yeah.
hella process, hella tired. Other things I gotta attend to, bro. So really just grinding out, just trying to stay on top of it, trying to stay consistent, bro. But really today I was just trying to record, chill, do this photo shoot, man, and then come here, man. That's
For
it.
sure.
Yes, sir.
So you got a lot going on besides music then, right?
Yeah, bro. A lot of clothing, a lot of the stuff dealing with clothing, man. Really just trying to stay on top of the clothing and making sure I'm putting out the right products and getting my garments designed. Get some more canvas products, you know, where I can kind of play around with the designs and stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, bro. Just trying to stay high maintenance, you know, on top of my business, because I'm really adamant about making this work. So I want to make sure, like, you know, we push through with it and make sure it comes out complete.
So do you got like a clothing line already set in stone, or
Yeah,
how's that going?
Yeah, bro. So it's actually called Overly Misunderstood. OMG means Overly Misunderstood Genius. Basically, just building the brand around really just being yourself, fitting in, and learning not to fit in. You know what I mean? Like fitting in the terms of having your own identity, putting yourself out there, man, and like executing on it, like working. I don't think people really understand, like, OMG isn't just a brand. Like, we also do, like, other things in the community, like events and different stuff like that. So I kind of just broadening the scheme and the overall, like, idea of the clothing brand and turning it into something more general.
So is like the clothing brand something like you do a drop and people DM you, or how do you get the clothes out?
So basically, it's just doing drops. I'm trying to build rarity, like, within my clothes, you know what I mean? Like, make them rare where you can't really, like, get them anymore. So I drop them in waves. I'll drop something and then I won't really drop it anymore until, like, I feel like it's a need or a demand for it.
Okay.
Like, my first colorway that I ever dropped, I probably won't ever drop that again until, like, I've actually reached a point where I feel like I have the right to, you know, re-release it and it has enough hype where people will, like, come back and, like, structure themselves to buy it, you know what I mean? So I sell them in waves. I drop here and there just to build rarity. It makes it hard where people can't just go back and reoccur, like rebuy. And it turns out to be a lot better because you'll sell out a lot faster and you just, you know, it builds anticipation, like, with your products and stuff like that too. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope though. So you got the music and you got the clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit goes hand in hand with each other, bro.
Yeah, facts, bro. If you look at all the bigger artists today, like, a lot of them are doing something outside of music. I think that's what'll make, you know, you grow a lot better too.
Yeah.
It's not just about music all the time. It's about, like, your identity outside of, you know, your music and what you're putting in. So whether that's clothing or your events, you know, if you're a guy that's involved in the community a lot, like, I feel like that's what's gonna make you a bigger artist at the end of the day than, you know, your average, you know, artist.
No doubt.
Sure.
So you got music, you got clothes, and you got events.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit more about the events. What's going on with that?
So recently I've done 2 events. My first 2 events, actually, to be exact. Through my first one in the summer, it was a clothing vendor, like, not clothing vendor, but a clothing community, like, back to school drive, basically for kids in need going back to school. EPI sponsored the event. Shout out to the young ladies that actually put that in place for me to get the sponsorship. EPI was incredible. They donated over 100 backpacks with school supplies filled in to the students, and people were still even able to get extras. That's how much they donated. I don't even think they donated just 100. I think they put, like, at least 200 bags in there, which is crazy. Yeah,
that's cool.
I even had some, like, to bring back home with me, so I'm definitely using that shit, like, for my own supplies. But yeah, they donated over 100 school supplies and backpacks to kids in need going back. We also offered free haircuts and free clothing, you know, just overall, just letting the, you know, students come in and shop like a clothing store. I kind of wanted to get away from, like, the drive, like, the whole clothing drive, like, it looks depressing and all that. I wanted to look like a real, like, retail store when kids walked in.
Yeah.
So when they walked in, basically they can go in and choose anything that they wanted. As long as it fit in their bag, they can take it with them. I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not about limits and, like, what's left, you know, like, first came, first served. And, you know, we put out a lot of product and we helped out a lot of families. I think it was over, like, 250 families documented too. So this is, like, actual facts.
That's
it's
crazy.
Documented. Yeah, 200 families documented, like, that came and got help. So it was a lot of upside to that event, and you know, like doing stuff like that really makes me proud, like because I like to see other people, you know, go big and feel special about things too. So
Yeah.
I think that was really important. The second event that I did though was the vendor drive, which is what I tried to say the first time. And the vendor drive was actually what I did like recently, like a couple of days ago actually.
Oh, really?
And I basically brought all the downtown Salem like vendors to one central location at my college, and they basically sold to the student body. And my thought process behind this event was basically not only to like connect, you know, businesses to, you know, their customers and their consumers that they see on the daily, but to build that relationship and build that confidence for other students to want to do, you know, something like that in general, like in addition to what I'm doing. So just building that confidence, like to do something like that, because you never know who's actually going to show up.
Right.
You never know who's going to be at the event. And that's one thing that I'm always like fearful of, especially like whenever I first started, you know, doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
I never really like understood like what the turnout would be. But as time went on, I really understood like it doesn't matter who's there. What matters is like that you actually executed and put in a plan that you did on your own and implemented on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you had your own creative mind behind it. That's that was the general plan behind this. But actually, it turned out to be better than what I expected and bigger than what I expected it to be.
And you got a bunch of local like
A
shops
bunch of
and
local
shit,
vendors.
right?
Yeah, shout out to Northwest Drip. Shout out to Vintage Flow, NL Drip, man. Shout out to How to Wear. Shout out to my guy Graham at Graham's Yard Sales. All those, man, every single last one of them put on a great kiosk for the students that they could shop at. Every student that came through had nothing but good things to say about the event, which was super big, man. And it was a hell of a turnout too. So stay tuned for part 2, man. I'm ready for it.
That's fucking dope. The fact that you got all these vendors and everybody going in one place, and all these people that can. It's open to anybody to come. That's the best part. Like, and it's just about creating a community, you know, and it's serving the community too.
Yeah. And even like going forward, not to cut you off, but like going forward, there were a lot of different obstacles that I was hitting. Like before that, it wasn't all just peaches and cream, you know what I mean? Which a lot of people like go away from. Like whenever they hit a barrier, they hit an obstacle, like they tend to quit or want to quit. That should drive you to like want to keep going and want to push through that barrier, because that means you're getting closer to what you are, what you're achieving or wanting to achieve. So I was hitting a lot of barriers, man. Like honestly, I even thought I was gonna not be able to go through with the event because I was running into, you know, legality issues, like insurance policies, like things in that nature that I had to get in, and paperwork and stuff like that. It just seemed like it was never ending, which was like, damn, like, am I actually going to make this work? Like, I put out this big promise, like, can I execute on it? Can I facilitate? Like, I don't know. So I really just looked at it, took it with a grain of salt, and then pushed through. And all in the end, like, it really just turned out great. Like, I was really proud of the turnout.
No, it looked dope, man. I wish I could have been there. I was at work, bro.
No, yeah, it's all good.
I'm gonna be there on the next one, though, for sure.
We'll get mixed there, for sure.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be there next time, for real.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, that's what people don't see, bro, is that they don't see all the things that you have to go through to get to this thing. It's not just about getting a bunch of people and throwing the event.
Yeah.
It's all these obstacles that we have to go through.
That's what builds you stronger.
Exactly. And that's why as we go, we learn, and we get better. And we create the formula, and that's
and even with you and your night shows, like I don't think people are even like, everyone knows, like you throw the night shows, you do that annually, you do it multiple times a year, like you walk through those processes all the time, and you understand like not everything is gonna go out as planned. You're gonna have things full, you're gonna have shit, people quit, like all type of things.
Yeah, that's just a headache.
Like, man, like it's crazy. So you know just as much as I know, like. It takes a lot of like a devotion to it, to be adamant about something and really just execute on it, because it's not easy throwing an event, guys. And I really like, you know, have big kudos and big ups to people who like really push through with those things, man. Because like
for real.
once you don't really understand until you get into it, till you're knee deep in it, man, and you have your name's on the line, your credibility is on the line, stuff like that, man. You don't want to mess that up. So just be grateful and keep working, like, for real.
No doubt. And that goes to anybody coming up too. Like, you just gotta make sure you have the right resources. And I mean, if you've got dreams, then we can always turn those into reality.
Exactly.
We just gotta make sure you push the right way to the right people, and it'll happen.
And it's not an overnight thing either.
It ain't.
Overnight, like that's probably one of the most, I guess you could say, nerve-wracking things about success is like it probably won't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It won't happen. It probably won't happen in 2 weeks. Like you never really know when that time is gonna hit, but you have to understand that it'll come at some point. And whenever you hit that some point, you'll know. Whenever you feel the tensions rising, and most of the time, whenever you're having success, a lot of hate comes with it. That's how you know you're succeeding. Whenever you're having a lot of down talk, whenever you have people talking down on you and hating on you, like that's when you know you are a threat to what's going on around you. That's how you know you're actually making things happen. So just keep pushing, man. Don't let the negativity draw you down, and just stay consistent. It's not an overnight process at all.
Exactly. Now that we got all the events, you know, we got that cooking and everything. I know we were just a part of that whole rhythm and flow too.
Man, shout out to my dog DJ Inferno, man. Shout out to my dog DJ Inferno. He's
shout
like,
out DJ Inferno.
Man, shout out to that dude, man, because he, like, in addition to me, Miggy and I, like, he does events and he works super, super hard, like, on a lot of the shit that he does, man. Like, I can't even explain to you, like, a lot of the insight and advice that he gives me, not only as an artist, but as a businessman. And he's really knowledgeable on a lot of the shit that, like, he's talking about, because he's been doing it for a minute. And I've been talking to Inferno for years. I've been to school with him, you know, since I was a freshman. And I know, like, the work that he puts in, I see it. So, like, just shout out to him, because the Rhythm and Flow event, that was just perfect. And to see, like, where we've come from to, like, where he's, like, starting to get to is crazy, because, like, man, we were performing, like, in someone's basement. And then now, like, you know, he has a whole venue, like, with clubs. And then, you know, like, it's just crazy to see the process, like, of what he's doing. And then, like, to tie us all three together, like, that's actually insane, because we all were separately, like, in our own kind of, like, spaces, just working on our own events and, like, doing it. But now it's, like, as a collective, and, like, it's really fun seeing all those, like, people come together. Like, we're all from different, like, worlds. Like, it's crazy. And now, like, we're all together, like, and we work as a collective. But the Rhythm and Flow, the event was insane, man. That was, you emceed it. My dog, he's crazy. He knows what to do up there. This dude's crazy with the mic. But
we just gotta hype
the
up,
energy, bro. Yeah, energy. That's all it is. The Rhythm and Flow had plenty of energy. I don't even think people realize that was a Thursday, dog.
That was a Thursday.
That was a
dog.
Thursday.
That was a Thursday.
That was a Thursday. It wasn't a Saturday. It wasn't a Friday. It was a Thursday.
That bitch was packed out.
And it sold capacity. Like, it went past capacity, if I'm not mistaken, which was crazy. We had some great performers. Shout out to Angel, my dog. Shout out to Mahina. Shout out to Denise. Shout out to Peso. Shout out to my other DJ.
Nugs, right?
Nugs. Shout out to Nugs.
Yes, sir.
He did really good too, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was his first, like, showing.
It was, he told me about it.
Yeah, so big kudos to that guy, man, because he really put on an extravagant event, man. Like, I had fun, and if you haven't already, you better get ready for the next one.
Next one's coming soon, real soon, bro.
Man, they better be ready.
Yes, sir.
They better get ready for real, man. You go MC again?
That's what's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, no doubt. We got shit cooking up here in Salem, and like you were saying, bro, like there was really, honestly, I don't want to knock nothing, bro, but I just feel like there wasn't really nothing cooking like we got cooking right now.
It really wasn't, man, and that's what I feel like, you know, made me want to target Salem. I feel like that's the reason why all of us target Salem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say, okay, we can go to Portland and like build something, but why not just start somewhere where you can build your own thing and, like, make it grow? Exactly. Start the organic route. Start the organic route and build and make sure that you stay consistent with it. I don't want to go to the biggest city that's already established. Like, why not establish something that's, like, somewhere that they haven't seen it? You know, and I feel like that's probably what all our thought processes are, like, whenever we're doing events in Salem and why people question it. Like, Salem is probably, like, right now, like, we have the upper hand in it because we're so adamant about making and growing this place into what we feel like it can be.
And it's growing too.
Yeah, it is.
It's just growing.
And it is, and it's happening before our eyes. If you can see, like, our events are starting to hit, like, you know, capacity now. Like, we're starting to see more heads at the events, and we're starting to see more activeness, a lot of more collaboration, especially from outside, like, people, like artists, vendors, whatever the case may be. So, man, it's like Salem, I feel like, honestly, it's helping us grow so much, because I feel like even if we were in Portland or at a bigger city, like any bigger city, like, yeah, you have every opportunity, every resource, but it's already established. Why not start something from the ground up and, like, just push and, like, make that agenda, like, we're gonna make this the next Portland, we're gonna make this the next, you know, it place. Like, why not?
Why not?
Exactly. So I feel like that's probably all our thought process. What you think?
No, that's what I think 100%. Bro, the reason why I even thought about throwing shows or anything like that was just right before COVID. I did a show in Portland, and I had to sell tickets to my own show. Yeah. So I sold, I don't even know, like 20, 30 tickets. This is when I first started, right? And I'm like, shit, if I could bring 20, 30 people to Portland, what could I do in my own town?
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, that shit is gonna pop off.
Exactly. And that's what it all starts with, that vision, bro. Like, regardless of how small, celebrate the small wins first and foremost. Artists, event planners, party throwers, celebrate the small wins. It doesn't matter how small the win is, whether you get 100 plays on your SoundCloud song, whether you get 5 people that show up to your show. That's 5 people that know who you are.
Yeah.
That's 100 people that listen to your song.
Exactly.
You got 10,000 streams. That's 10,000 streams that somebody clicked on your song and listened to it and played through it. Like, the small wins are things that matter, because those are the things that you can't ignore. You can't just jump, from the bottom of the steps to the top of the steps.
Exactly.
It's unrealistic. You gotta start small and then work your way up. Even if people aren't really acknowledging it, like, people see it. Most of the time, people, like, they may not give you the acknowledgement that you're chasing, that you want, but they see it. Like, people see those things. It's being noticed. And even then, don't just search for recognition. Like, don't let that be the reason why you keep going. Search because you love it. Like, keep finding that satisfaction through, your love for that something, and build that.
No doubt.
Don't do it through, because you want to hear people say, oh, I like this, I like that, I like that. That's all going to come with it. And I feel like that's where a lot of people, like, make the mistake of, like, growth as a whole, you know what I mean? They're chasing public opinion and public satisfactory, which, should never be the case. You answer to yourself, and then you make your own judgment from that. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's where we're really fucked up. It's like the whole, like, people who blow up off of social media real quick, you know? Like, people don't get it that you have to be lucky to hit that. Like, the algorithm has to be perfect. Everything's got to be on point. It's like, not everybody just blows up like that.
There's different ways. There's so many different ways you can blow up. Like,
no
how
doubt.
many, like, it's so many different ways. It's not just one sole way, like, you can grow yourself, Like, and that goes back to the thing, like, what are you doing outside of, like, your main occupation? Like, Powrs with his events, me with my events outside of my music, Powrs with his events throughout his music, DJ Inferno, his events outside of his music. We have involvement out there because we want to reach a bigger pool of people. I feel like that's what's growing our name as well with our craft.
It is, bro. We're just networking.
Exactly.
The
It's
whole time.
networking. That's all it is.
That's all it is, yeah.
If you're a good networker, that's 9 times out of 10 going to grow your brand. That's going to grow whatever you're trying to sell. I don't care what it is. You can be selling ice cubes. I don't As long as you're making the right networking and you're networking in the correct way. And when I say correct way, I mean actually just making yourself available to people to be seen, making yourself available to opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what networking is. Being open to take that risk. Take the risk. Go talk to somebody you don't know. Go say what's up to Powrs. He ain't gonna hit you. He ain't gonna slap you. Like, say what's up to him. DM him
like that.
He has good ideas. He has good, vision towards, like, what we can do and the potentiality of things. So, like, reach out to people. Don't be scared to DM them. That's not being Hollywood. If somebody doesn't respond, then just move on. Don't take it personal. Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, we see that, like, we DM these famous people all the time. We're like, he didn't respond to me. Like, bro, like, I don't think it's his job to respond, but if he does give you the insight, if they want to give you the vision board and, the steps that you need to take, or, like, some insight of what they did, then take it. But don't always, just seek out, the famous person, because sometimes famous people, like,
it ain't gonna happen all the time. It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen all the time. Like,
it's not gonna happen.
your person next to you, the people that you have around you can help you network.
Yeah.
All the time. So just network. Try to network, man. Get out there, get your name out there, and, like, push the agenda, trying to grow as a whole, as a person.
Exactly.
For sure.
Now that we got, like, this whole event shit, we got this motivational speaking and shit. What about your music though? You got an album coming out soon or what?
Yes, sir. So I'm working on a project right now. I'm not gonna state the name of it, but we definitely got a project coming out very soon, next month. Gonna have a couple songs on there. You might see some familiar features on there. Definitely gonna be a project that I feel like my people that listen to me, like, deserve. I feel like I've taken the slow music route a lot, and I think it's time to give them something, like, party ready, where they can, like, turn into and get ready for the summer. So definitely working on that project for sure. It's gonna be super lit, man, and y'all already know we always got to get the right feature, so we're gonna have some big names and some people on there that you guys know for sure.
For sure. So it's gonna be hype then.
Oh yeah, for sure, brother. It's gonna be ready, man. I'm ready for it. I'm excited. I took a little break from music because I really wanted to hone in on my skills, like with my clothing and stuff like that, man. I feel like it's always necessary to take, music breaks, because you don't want to get too, like, redundant, and you know, with your process, how you make music, and that's something I usually like try to stay away from. So I took the break, the well-needed break. I took 2 months off. That was a long time. Just focused on really just connecting with my audience and growing my clothing brand, and it worked out so much, you know, more, you know, efficiently, just because I didn't feel like I was stressed, you know, to drop. I didn't feel like I was stressed, like, to put stuff out and, you know, not be the quality that I wanted it to be. So
I feel that.
yeah, just took that break, but I've always been actively working while I was in that break. The work never stopped.
Yeah, as an artist myself, I feel that, because I feel like if you just locked in to just making a bunch of music like for too much, that shit just turns off.
It does, and
You know,
it starts to sound the same to you, and people don't know, like, your ears get tired, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they do.
My ears get tired, and I listen to a lot of music. Like, I'm sure you listen to a lot of music. I know you do.
Yeah.
Like, whenever you're hearing, like, people don't understand, your ears will eventually get tired, and I don't care how much you love music. Like, whenever your brain hears the same things over and over again, it creates a pattern where you're gonna want to start making the same things that you're hearing. So a lot of the times, like, whenever you're constantly listening to music, you're not really getting like the original organic, like, you know, creative thought that you would get if you were to first listen to it, rather than, like, you know, listening to it like after the 50th song. You know what I mean? So like it's very necessary as an artist to take those breaks, because I feel like it'll just make you a lot more efficient, a lot more edgy, like with your sound. Like, you'll get that sound that you're chasing just by honing in, noticing what you're messing up on, and then coming back and, like, retooling, you know? So
no
I feel
joke.
like it just helps me hone in on my skills a lot more.
Yeah, I get that a lot, for real.
For sure.
Are you like, have you made hype music before, or are you experimenting?
So I've made plenty of hype music, honestly. I try to stay versatile, like, as much as possible, but what I've been dropping for the most part is really just like melodic. Some stuff has been slower. I've made some upbeat melodic, like, sounds, which I feel like could be beneficial to the sound that I'm chasing. But I feel like this album definitely, the people deserve, you know, to see that other side of me. So I feel like this is the project that I'm chasing. I actually want to perform some songs at the next Rhythm and Flow too. So I want to stick to the melodic sound too, and I'm not going away from that at all. But definitely, I want to come out with something that's a lot more physical, like in the ears. Whenever you hear it, you're like, yeah, you can nod your head to it.
Okay,
for sure.
Y'all heard it here. If you want to hear some of Ken's next album, you got to pull up to Rhythm.
Pull up to the Rhythm and Flow, man.
You'll get a sneak peek.
You gonna see my dog Powrs.
I'll be right
there. And you gonna see Danny. Danny gonna be there. Shout out to Danny. He behind the camera right now. He's smaller, but he gonna be there, bro. So, like, come on. You saw the first one. Now you know what to do. We gonna have all good performance. We don't slack on that.
Bro, good night guaranteed.
Oh, come on. Great night, man.
Great
Not
night.
to mention, bro, if you want some of this,
it's gonna be there.
It's gonna be there for you. It's gonna be there waiting on you, bro, for sure, man. But Powrs, tell me something, man. What you got going, dog? Like, what you got going on in the works right now?
Well, I just dropped an album, R.I.P. Mig, streaming everywhere right now.
Yes, sir.
So I just dropped that. That was a whole year's worth of work of last year.
Yeah.
8 songs.
Explain that process to me, man. Like, what was your thought process of creating R.I.P. Migs, man? Because
it's a whole year. It's like digging into my year last year, bro. Like, the first 4 songs are all like me rapping aggressively, hyping it up and all that. Cause that's how the first half of my year went, bro.
Yep.
I threw my first show, I did my first performance, like, shit was going great. And then just towards the second half, around August, you know, I broke up with my girl. Then my long-term girlfriend too. I was with her for a long time, and so then I kind of started living solo. I started being on my own and just kind of growing as an adult, honestly. So that's why that second half is more emotional, more like soft, because honestly, that's just what I was going through.
Yeah.
So that's if you want to know what my year was like, just listen to the album.
Yeah, definitely. When I listen through it, man, I can definitely feel like your emotions, like from the other stuff that I've heard from you, and like this, because I had never heard any of the songs like that I think I probably heard one last year, but I hadn't heard any of those songs. But I can definitely tell, like, your emotion, like, towards these songs, like, was a lot different than what I had heard, which was good, because I had never, like, I even told you this the other day, like, it was good to hear, like, Miggy, like, on a song, like, by itself, like, a whole project of just Migs, because, like, you have, like, I can tell you're very consistent. Like you're very consistent, even though you may not like drop and put out like as what you know to my liking. You know, I want to hear some more mix, but
Yeah.
you as an artist, bro, like you have that patience. You have a lot of consistency. You have good patience, which is what I feel like was necessary. Like, you know, for me, like, cause I feel like I don't have patience. I don't have patience like you do. So whenever I saw that you put out a year-long project, like, bro, that's crazy. Like, that's actually crazy that you were able to like collectively like still be able to work on all those songs and then be like, okay, this is all gonna come together in a project like sometime next year. I mean, I feel like that was pretty dope, bro. Like,
Bro.
that was a crazy. Like, how do you feel like? How did you come about with that idea, like just a year-long like project of work, like just a year long of work before you could drop something?
If I'm being honest, bro, it was gonna be the first 4 songs plus another 2 or 3 other ones that I had planned. But since everything was down spiraling, honestly, is how I felt like. I just decided to hold off on it, and then I'm just like, you know, I got these other songs that I'm like, I'm digging, like I'm singing, like bro, I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with my singing, but I'm like, I'm singing and I'm just gonna show people what's up.
Yeah, why not?
And I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, let's put it all together, and it sounds exactly how it should have. That's what I thought.
Man, bro. Well, kudos to you, bro, because R.I.P. Migs, man. Like that's a really, really heartfelt project. Like
It is, yeah.
Not only is it good quality music, but you also have like some good emotional songs on there, bro, that people could connect to. And a person like me, you already know I like my slow music, bro. So like whenever I heard it, man, you went crazy on there, man. Like
my features, I mean, my features are my hype songs, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know, I got Mac 2 with DB.
Yep.
I got Filet with Angel.
Shout out.
And then I got Asking with Ziv. Like,
Shout out.
that shit's all, shout out to them, bro, because without them, it wouldn't have been none.
Yeah, shout out to all three, Ziv, Angel, and
DB.
DB
Rich, yeah.
DB,
We go crazy,
dog,
bro.
DB Rich, man.
But right now, bro, I'm just working on my Marcy album right now.
Yeah.
As far as that, it's coming together.
Shout out to Marcy, bro. If y'all don't know, man, Marcy is the group that I was introduced to. I met up with last year, a few months ago, and after that, like, just went up, bro. Like, these guys, like, as a collective, bro, like, probably just as a family, they move as a family, bro. I don't know if people, like, a lot of people can really say that in, like, this day and age, but, like, from what I've seen and what I've been around of, bro, like, y'all move as a family and as a collective, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, it's hard to break that because all of you guys know y'all's tendencies. Y'all know what y'all's strengths are and y'all's weaknesses are. And what's good about all of y'all is, like, y'all can all still hop on a song together, but y'all all still make y'all's own genre of music, in my opinion. I feel like all of you guys still have your own, like, separate sound. Like, Ziv, shout out to Ziv, bro, because this dude's probably the biggest gatekeeper. But I know his music, bro. So when I listen to it, I know, man, like, I'll be hearing it, I'll be like, bro, y'all all have y'all's own individual sound, man. But that's what I appreciate you guys, like, for real, because y'all all move as a unit and y'all do shit together, bro. It's not anything separate. I don't notice any, like, bad blood between y'all, or at least y'all don't let, like, the public see it. Y'all keep it, you know, real G shit. Like, y'all keep it to yourselves. So, man, that's why I fuck with y'all, for real. Like, y'all keep everything mellow, bro. Y'all always come out with open arms, and y'all always showing support.
Bro,
so, shout out to Marcy, bro. And they got some merch, bro. So I don't even know if y'all even knew that about Marcy, but Marcy got merch in addition to the music. So, and we in the Marcy studio right now. Like,
this is where it started,
come on,
man.
I've seen a lot of groups, but I'm telling y'all, they function at a different level. As far as, like, just efficiency, just the amount of work that they put out and put in, and the events that y'all throw, bro, like, insane, man. I've never seen anything like it. Not to mention we're in Salem, like, we're not even in a huge city.
Exactly.
Like, this is just a smaller scale. So, man, these guys do some incredible stuff, bro. And, like, I'm gonna keep rocking with them. We gonna keep rocking, bro.
Yes,
for
sir.
Sure, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Dog, for sure,
I appreciate it.
Man, any last words, bro, before we get out of here, fam?
I think we good, bro. I just want to say a special shout out to Danny behind the camera.
Facts, man.
Shout out to everybody else who's been in attendance to our shows.
Yep.
Shout out DJ Inferno. And I hope to see everybody at our next one.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to all those guys, man. Shout out to DJ Inferno. Shout out to the whole Marcy. Shout out to Migs for allowing me to do this interview here, man. This was great. Shout out to Danny, the guy, man, behind the camera, the man with the plan. Man, we just gonna keep going up. So next show we popping out. Let's get do it.
It's gonna be dope, bro.
Yes, sir,
it's gonna be dope.
Yes, sir. 100%, dog.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it.
All right, this is Omgken, and this is Powrs. Peace.
Let's do it.